Hello. This is Peaceful Mind ASMR, and this is going to be a very special video. Recently, a viewer shared with me a poem that they wrote for the holidays, and what it is a modified version of the Night Before Christmas poem, but made to incorporate some ASMR references and such. And when I first read it, I loved it, and I think a lot of you will enjoy it as well. And I'm very honored to be the one to read this, and I hope that in reading it, some of you will find this relaxing, maybe help you get in the holiday spirit, and I'm sure a lot of you will enjoy the ASMR references as well. So I'm just going to softly read this poem, and again, I'm honored to be reading it today. And I guess I'm gonna sort of whisper read it instead of softly speak it. So hopefully you can all relax and maybe fall asleep. Alright. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the net not a viewer was stirring, nor even a pet. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Crinkles soon would be there. The YouTubers were nestled all snug in front of their screens, while visions of role players danced in their dreams. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long ASMR nap, when out of the screen there arose such a clatter. I sprang from the speaker to see what was the matter. Away to the volume switch I flew like a flash, and swore at the loud advert YouTube had just cached. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to bubble wrap below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a hand and some fingernails scratching in there. With a young ASMR artist so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Crink. More rapid than eagles his tingles they came, and he whispered and blew kisses and called out some names. Now DeLuca, now Dimitri, now Ephemeral and Fred, on Nova, on Heather, on Whispers and Red. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now tingle away, tingle away all. As dry leaves that before the wind the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with these obstacles, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the ASMR artists they flew, with the sleigh full of microphones and cameras too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the tapping and pattering of each little hoof. As I drove in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Crinkle came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with tea bags and soot. A bundle of props he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin he rubbed until it glowed. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that he shook as he whispered when stirring a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I smiled when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had tingles to shed. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his task, filling my mind with his wonderful mask. When he turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He tiptoed to his sleigh, to his team gave a soft whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, happy tingles to all, and to all a good night. So, I know I kind of softly spoke that instead of whispered, but that was the amazing poem that a viewer had modified to incorporate some ASMR elements, and I hope that all of you also enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope that all of you have a wonderful holiday season, and try to relax, take it easy, and just know that you are all a Christmas present to me, and I care about all of you. And to the viewer who wrote this, thank you so much for letting me read this and share it with everyone. And Merry Christmas, and have a very, very peaceful